Hello guys, welcome back. So in the previous video we have seen the definition of the classes. So let's try to see the syntax, what is a class, how we can use it, how we can create a class. Okay, so here I'll take an example of a person. Okay, so for that, so to create a class, all we need is a class keyword. Okay, class name, it should start with the uppercase, let's say person. Okay, and the code block, right? So here the thing which you have to pass is constructor. Okay, this is an important one. Without this, the class is just a simple object, right? So this thing you have to pass, the constructor you have to pass here, and then like whenever the class is called, this constructor code will gets executed. Okay, so here in the constructor, let's say I want the person's name, age. Okay, so what I will do, I'll simply use this dot name equals to whatever name I'm gonna get in the parameters for this one. Let's use this. Okay, or let's make it as full name. Okay, because I don't want to mess it with the existing keyword, right? Because in JavaScript we have a keyword called name. So full name. Okay, and then for age I'll use this dot age equals to age. Fine. So this is how we used to create a class. Now if you want to use it, so this is a blueprint which we have created. Okay, so we have learned in the previous lecture, like this is what we call a blueprint, right? So it must be here somewhere. We have the definition, a JavaScript class is a blueprint for creating objects, right? Now we are going to create an object from this. Okay, so let's say let person1 or p1. Okay, we will call this class, we will pass the values. So full name I'm going to pass, let's say Raunak Srivastava. Okay, and age I'll pass 26. Okay, so now I'm getting an error here. Okay, this is because I cannot set the property in the class directly. For that I have to use a new instance of it. Okay, see, we are creating a new variable, so obviously we need a new instance. We cannot set some properties directly to a blueprint, right? Then it will be simply waste, right? It will not be blueprint at all, right? So blueprint is the one which we use to like create the instances with the same structure, with the same blueprint, right? So that is why we need a new keyword. So what it will do, it will simply create a new instance of the person object or a person class with the value which we have passed into it. Okay, so right now I have passed Raunak Srivastava. So now what will happen, with the help of this new keyword, this new keyword will create an instance, of class. Okay, it will set the, or we can say it will point the this keyword to new variable. That means it will point the this keyword to this one. Okay, so it will basically tell JavaScript, hey, use this keyword to point to the new variable where we are going to store the value. Okay, so right now we are passing some full name and we are using this dot full name equals to this and this dot age equals to this. So what will happen, this will point to this particular what to say, this particular variable. So with this new keyword, what it will do, it will create an instance of class. So right now the p1 will become an object, and now what we are saying, we are pointing this keyword to the what to say, p1. Okay, or now points to p1, right? And now if we use dot full name, see, right now p1 is an empty object, right? But if we use the dot notation, then what will happen, it's a basic JavaScript. If that particular key is not there in the object, then it will simply create one. Okay, so right now it is like p1 dot full name. So the full name key is not there in the object. So what will happen, it will create one property in it, okay, and it will set the value of whatever we are passing into it, like this. Okay, so this is how the new keyword works behind the scenes. Okay, so this will point to this new object, and then what will happen, so it is something like p1 dot full name, and if we are using dot notation and that particular property is not there in the object, then it will simply create one. Okay, so let me show you a live example of it in case if you guys still have some doubt. So let obj equals to empty object. Okay, now what I will do, I'll set obj dot test key equals to hi. Okay, so now if I console log obj, then just see in the console I am getting that particular key. See, since this object doesn't have that key, I use dot notation. Then what happened, JavaScript simply added that key into the object. Okay, it's simple as that. You don't have to make it much complicated, right? So this is how it works. This is how the basically new keyword works. Okay, yeah, so this new keyword creates an instance of the person object, it store it there, and then it sets the this keyword to point to the new object, new instance which we have created, and then in that instance we are setting the values whichever we are passing in the parameters. So this is the full name which we have passed here, this is the age which we have passed here. Okay, so now if we log p1, so we are going to get the person object with the age 26 and full name Raunak Srivastava. Okay, this way we can create multiple instances with the same blueprint, with the same structure of the person. Okay, so here we can pass p2 and we can pass p3. Let's use Raj. Srinivasana, let's say his age is 28, and then let's use Joy, or let's use just Joy, and then his age is 22. Okay, now if we log p1, p2, p3. Okay, now these three objects will use the same blueprint, they will have the same structure. As you can see, they are the instance of person, but they have different values because every time this new keyword is pointing, setting the this keyword which we are using here to the new variable, and now this variable is not just a variable, it's an object, right? That is because of this new keyword. It creates an instance of a class, so it will set the variable a new object, and then in that new object this keyword will point to that particular object. Okay, and then the properties will get stored in those particular objects, right? And this is how it works. If you see, we have properties here, and if you see the prototype, it's an object, and in prototype constructor we have class person. Okay, so this is not what we want. Okay, it have two scopes, one is the script and second is global. Anyways, in case if you guys are curious to like dive into this, then you can explore this. Otherwise, if you know already about this, then you can move on, right? So this is how, like, uh, high level overview, like this is how an object works, this is how we create instances, right? Now in the next lecture, let's see some instance methods. This is in this lecture we have seen like how we can create the um, class and how we can create the instances of it. Okay, so now in the next lecture, let's quickly see how we can create instance methods. Okay, so this is it for today, see you in the next one.